Now we will see the another loop, that is the while loop. So what is meant by while loop? Nested for loop we will see later. First we will see the while loop, do while loop, and after that we will see what is meant by nested for loop. Nested for loop means if you write for inside the another for, that is only called as the for loop. Nested for loop. Now we will see the while loop. If you want to write a for loop, so what is the syntax for that? Simply if you come here, so what is the syntax? First we need to write while, then we need to write a condition, then curly braces open, curly braces close. Inside that we have to write a statement, and then we have to write an increment or the decrement statement. That is the I plus plus or I minus minus. You can write it here. Here you are able to see any initialization and all. So no. Before that only we have to do the initialization. We don't have to do inside the while loop. So how to do that? Simply we will come here, and if you want to write a while loop, what we need to do? While we have to write, and curly braces open, curly braces close. Inside this, what we need to write? Condition. For that we want a variable, so I will declare a variable outside. I equals to 0 I will write. Simple. Okay. Then inside that we will write a condition. I is less than equals to 10. Same condition we will write it here. After that system.I we will write, and here I am writing I. Okay, done. And after that what we need to do? Increment or the decrement. So simply I will write here I plus plus. Done. And if I run this one, so what will be the output we will get again? 0 to 0 to 10 we are getting on the console. Suppose I am not writing this I plus plus. So what will be happen? What will happen? 0. How much? How much time? Only one time. If I run this one, see it is printing. It is printing infinite time. See? Yes. Why it is printing infinite time? Anyone? Yes. 0 is less than equals to 10. Then yes. So what is happening here now? So what is the value of I here? 0, right? So it will be check the condition. So 0 is less than equals to 10, right? Condition is true or false here? True. True. Condition is true here. Okay. 0 is less than equals to 10 means condition is true here. So if this condition is true, it will become inside and it will print value of I. So what is the value of I here? 0. And when it will be go? Till when it will be go? Until this condition is false, till it will be run, right? So what is the condition here? 0 is less than equals to 10. So what is the condition here? That is it true. What will be the output? True. So it will become here, it will print the value of I. So value of I, it is increasing or decreasing? Anything we wrote here? No. So it will be same always, right? So it will become here, again it will be check the same condition. 0 is less than equals to 10. It will print it again. Again it will print, again it will be check the same condition. 0 is less than equals to 10. Always our value of I is the 0 only. It is not increasing also, it is not decreasing also. So that's why we are getting infinite time. This is called as the infinite loop. If our value is printing in infinite time, that is called as the infinite loop. Okay, this is called as the infinite loop. Okay, so what we need to do, if I want to stop this one, what we need to do? Simply we need to write the increment or the decrement. Now our value of I will be increased. So if I print this one, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Till 10 it will be print. So how it will become here? What is the value of I here? First 0, 0, 0. Okay, so it will be check the condition. 0 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true or false? True. It will come inside. It will print the value of I. What is the value of I here? 0. It will print on the console. Then again I plus plus. So it will be add 1 into our value of I. Okay. So what is the value of I first? 0. 0 plus 1? 1. What is the new value of I we are getting here? 1. So I will write here I equals to 1. What is the new value? That is the 1. It will be check the condition again. 1 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true or false? True. Again it will come inside and it will print value of I. What is the new value of I we are getting here? 1. Again I plus plus, that is the 2. Right? Again it will be check the condition. 2 is less than equals to 10. Okay, condition is true or false? True. True or false? True. It will be come here and it will print 2 again on the console. So till 10 it will be print. When this condition will be false? When the value of I will be 11. 11 is less than equals to 10. This condition is true or false? False. Till it will be run. Otherwise it will be if means whenever the condition will be false, till that it will be run, then it will be stopped. Okay, So this is our for loop. And when we will this is our while loop. When we will use the for loop and when we will use the while loop. So when we knows the number of iteration, that time simply we will use the for loop. When we don't know the number of iteration, that time simply use the while loop. In the collection, we will see that we have a has next method. The next method we have. So that time this while loop is very useful. Okay. So for now, you have to remember that when we knows the number of iteration, that time simply we will use the while loop. Oh, sorry, for loop. When we don't know the number of iteration, that time simply we will use the while loop. Okay. Another loop we have, that is the do while loop. Okay. Another loop we have, that is the do while loop. What does this mean? So simply will come here. What is the syntax for the do while loop? See here. First, do we have to write inside that any code means any statement if you want to write, you can write it here. Update statement means increment or decrement we have to write. And after that, simply we have to write a while. After that, we have to write condition. Condition, it will be checked at the last. It will become here like that. No, it will come into the do. Whatever we will write, it will execute that. Then it will be update the statement, and then at last it will check the condition. Okay, simply will come here. We will execute that. So simply I will write here do first. Okay, and after that here we have to write a while, and inside that we have to write a condition. Okay, inside this parenthesis we have to write a condition. Inside it do what we need to write, anything system dot out I will write, and here we will write none or anything. Suppose I have declared here the value of I equals to 0. Okay, and inside the system dot out dot println I am printing the value of I here. After that, update statement is here, right? Simply I will come here, I plus plus I will write it here. And at last we have to write the condition. So here I will write the condition I is less than equals to 10 simply. Okay, same thing I am writing here. If I print it here, so what will happen? It will initialize the value to the I. So what is the value of I here? 0. It will come into the do part. It will print the value of I. So what is the value of I here? 0. It will increment the value. So what will be the new value we will get it here? I equals to 1. Right. Then at last it will check the condition. That is the I is less than equals to 10. What is the value of I? 1 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true or false here? True. So where it will go? Again it will come into the do part. Then it will print what is the value of I here? See 1. So it will be 1. It will print 1 on the console again. Then here we will get the another new value of I, that is the 2. Then again it will be check the condition. 2 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true or false? True. So it will become here like that. If I run this one, see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same thing we are getting here. So what is the difference between the while loop and the do while loop? Okay. Now suppose this condition is false here. I am writing here greater than equals to 10. Okay. I is greater than equals to 10 I am writing. This condition is true or false. What is the value of I here? 0 or 1? See here, it will become here. It will print this statement. What is the value of I? It will be print 0. Sorry, no. See, what is the value of I here? 0. It will be come into the do part. It will print system.out.println. What is the value of I here? 0. So it will print 0 on the console first. After that, it will increase the value from 0 to 1. So what is the new value we will get? That is the 1. 0 plus 1, 1 we will get it here. After that, while loop it will be checked. So 0 is greater than, 1 is greater than equals to 10. So condition is true or false here. Condition is true or false is clear. False or true? False, right? If our condition is false also, so that time only it is printing the statement. See, if I run this one, so 0 is printing on the console. If your condition is wrong also, that time also it is printing the statement at least once. Okay, so when we will use this, if you want to print this statement at least once, so that time simply we will use the do while loop. If our condition is wrong or the right also, that time only it will print the value, because it will come here into the do part first, and at last it will check the condition. So that's why we can call this as a exit control loop also. What we call to this loop, that is the exit control loop, because at the exit it is checking the values or it is checking the condition. That's why we are calling this as a exit control loop. So when we will use the do while loop, when we will use the do while loop, when we want to print this statement at least once. Okay, at least once if you want to print the statement, so that time simply we will use the do while loop, because it is printing the statement first, it is increment the statement first, and after that at last it is checking the condition. That's why we are using the do while loop, and that's why we are calling this as a exit control loop. So we saw the three loops. That is the for loop, while loop, and the do while. So what is where when we will use the for loop? When we know the number of iteration. When we use the while loop? When we don't know the number of iteration. And when we use the do while loop? When we want to print the statement at least once, that time you are using the do while loop. So anyone have any doubt here? Till here, anyone have any doubt? No? Can you move to the another part? Another part we can move. Go to now. It is deprecated from the Java. So it is the keyword only, but it is deprecated from the Java. Okay. Okay. So here we saw for loop, while loop, and do while loop. If else if we saw. Then nested if also we saw, and switch statement also we saw. Okay. So for loop also saw, while and do while loop also we saw that. So now we will move to the another part, that is the nested for loop.
That is, that is the condition. What is the default value?
Where?
If else, that is.
This one. If
Just explain.
if else if. This is the simple one only. Right? We have to explain if else to the block. Okay. So how to write if else? Simply if I write a simply if you want to see, explain you the syntax means first we need to write a if. Then we have to write a parenthesis open close. Then directly simply we have to write a curly braces open and curly braces close. Okay. In the inside the parenthesis what we need to write? Any condition we can write it here. Okay. So for that I am declaring a variable here. A equals to 9 I am declaring here. Okay. And inside the if block what we need to do? We have to write a condition. Inside the parenthesis we write the condition. So I am writing here a is less than, or simply a is greater than 10 I am writing. Simply. Okay. A is greater than 10 I am writing. If this condition is true, then it will come here and it will print a is greater than 10. Simple. So see what will happen here? It will come here, JVM will come here into the main method. It will allocate the value to the A. So what is the value of A here? 9. Then it will come into the E block. What we wrote here, that is the condition. So it will be check the condition. A is greater than 9. So what is the value of A here? 9 is greater than 10. So condition is true or false here? False. So can it will be come into the E block? When the condition is true, that time only it will be come into the E block. Otherwise, it will not come into the E block. Suppose if I write here 90. Now 90 is greater than 10. Condition is true or false? Condition is true or false here? True. So if I condition is true, so what it will be what it will be do? It will come into the E block or not? If this condition is true, it will come into the if block, and whatever we write here, it will print. So what it will print here? A is greater than 10. Simply if I run this one, so it is printing A is greater than 10. But what is the another thing? If the value of A is 9, and now this is the condition is wrong, so nothing will print on the console. Why? If this condition is wrong, it is not come into the if block. Okay? If this condition is wrong, it will not come into the if block. So what we need to do for that? We have to write a else block. If this condition is false, for that we need to write a else block. If this condition is wrong, then it will come into the lesser than 10 simply. Okay. If this condition is wrong, then it will come into the else block. Simply if I print this one, now we will check the condition. 9 is greater than 10. Condition is true or false? False. So can it will come into the E blocks? No. It will be come into the else block? Yes. So it will be come into the else block. See, A is lesser than 10. So this is the E block. Okay. See if this, it will check the condition only. If this condition is true, it will come into the E block. This is the block of if. Okay, this is the block E block. We can see that, and this is the else block. We can see that. When it will come into the E block, if this condition is true, then it will come into the else block. When this condition is false. Okay, so this is the if and the else block. Simple only. For loop, understand? For loop, while loop, and do while loop. Then if is very easy for you, bro. No worries. In seminar also we say that. Okay. So now the another part, nested for loop. So what is meant by nested for loop? So simply will come here. Before that we saw the nested if. So what is meant by nested if? What is meant by nested if? If inside the if. If inside the if, that is called as the nested if. So if you want to write a for nested for, so what we need to do? For we need to write, and inside the for we need to write another for. This is called as the nested for, right? It is called as the nested for. When it will come into the another inside the if block, when this if block condition is true, then only it will come into the another if block. Sorry, for block. Otherwise, it will not come into the for block. Simply, I will write it here. I will write the condition. Sorry, initialization int I equals to 0. Then I is less than equals to 10. I will write here. 10, okay. 10 we will write it here. And simply I will write here I plus plus. Okay. This is a, what is this one? Initialization. This one. And this one is increment or decrement. Inside the for loop, another for loop, I'm doing, simple I'm doing the same thing. Int j equals to 0 I'm writing. Okay. Then j is less than equals to 10 I'm writing. And simply I'm printing here j plus plus. And after that inside this for loop, I will print the value of I plus I am giving some space here, and plus I am printing some value of g. Okay, so what it will be print? Simply it will come here. So for that we have to go to the print. So I will print. Okay, and which is our program? So this is our program. Okay, this is our program. So what will happen here? So some first time what is the first step?
Equal to 0.
Initialization, right? Init initialization. So initialization for the outer loop or the inner loop, for the outer for or the inner for the outer for, right? So initialization will happen for the outer for. So I will write here outer for. Initialization for outer. Okay. After that, what is the initialization here? I equals to 0. So what is the value of I here? 0. After that, what is the another thing? It will check the condition. I will write here condition for outer or inner. Outer for. Okay. Inside that, what it will do? It will check the condition. What is the condition? I is less than equals to 10. So what is the value of I here? 0 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true or false here? Condition is true. So where it will be go? Increment, decrement, or it will print statement? Here directly it will go into the increment or decrement. If this condition is true, it will come into the for loop. Right? Inside the for loop, it will go. No, it will initialize this one. Then it will be check the condition. If this condition is true, it will come into the for block. So inside the for block, we have another for block. Right? Inside the for block, we have another for block. So for that, it will do the initialization again. So 1.1 I am writing. So again, it will be do the initialization. Initialization for what? For the inner for. This time for the inner for it will be do the initialization. Okay. After that, what is the initialization for the inner for? J equals to 0. So what is the value of j here? 0. Another thing 1.2, that is the condition it will be checked, right? Condition for what? This condition it will be checked for inner for. I will write it. Okay. What is the condition? J is less than equals to 10. So what is the value of j here? 0 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true or false here? True. Then we are here only. If this condition is true, again it will come into the for block. Inside the for block, what we write here? What we are printing? Value of I, then space we are giving, and value of j we are printing. So what is the value of I here? See, 0. Then what we are giving? Just space. After that, value of j. What is the value of j here? See, 0. So 0, 0 it will be print on the console. After that, again it will be increment the value j plus plus, right? We print the statement. After that, we have to increment the value. That is the j plus plus. J plus plus means j equals to j plus 1. So what is the value? What is the new value we will get? 1. 0 plus, sorry, 0 plus 1 we are getting. What is the new value? That is the 1 we are getting. Right? So new value we are getting 1. So can it will come into the inner, sorry, outer for loop, or it will be do here only? Now what is the another condition it will be do? What will be the another step it will be do? Initialization done, condition done, print statement is done, increment decrement also done. Now what will be the another condition?
Condition.
It will be come into this condition or this condition again? Outer or inner? Outer? Yeah, inner.
Zero.
Outer? No. So when it will come outside from the for loop, when this condition is wrong, then only it will come in outside of this one, right? This condition is false till now. No, right? This condition is not false not till now. So what it will be do? It will be wrong here only until this condition is wrong. So what is the another condition it will be do? Can it will be do the initialization again? No, right? It will not do the initialization. So initialization will stop it here only. So what will be the another thing? The condition it will be changed. What is the new value of j we got? 1. 1. 1 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true or false? Again it will be coming to the for block and it will print this statement. So what will be the value it will print? What is the value of I? 0. And space. What is the value of j? 1. Again it will be increase the value. 1 plus 1, 2 we are getting. Again it will check the condition. 2 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true or false? So what it will be print?
Zero.
0 space 2 until 10 it will be go. After that 1 0 then 1 2 like that it will be 3 like that it will be good, right? See here 0 1 0 2 0 3 like that till 10 it will be go. Then it will come outside the outer for loop. Then again it will check the condition. Then again it will be print the inner for loop. Like that it will be work. When it will come into the another for outer for loop, where inner for loop is condition is false, then only it will come into the outer for loop. And when it will come into the inside the for loop, when this condition is true, then when this condition is true, then only it will execute the inner for loop. Otherwise it will not execute the inner for loop. Okay, suppose this condition is wrong. See, I is greater than equals to 10. What is the value of I here?
Zero.
0. So can it will be come into the inner for loop? No. Why? Because this condition is false. When it will be come into this inner for loop? When this condition is true. So this is the nested for loop. When we write for loop inside the another for loop, that is called as the nested for loop. Anyone have any doubt? Anyone have any doubt now? Anyone have any doubt? So what we saw till now, that is the for loop, while loop, do while loop also we saw that. You can write the nested while loop also. If you write while inside the another while, then that is called as the nested while loop. But do while also you can write, right? Same like that. If you want to write a switch also, that is nested switch, you can try it that also. Okay, that is the iteration statement we saw. That is the looping statement. Selection, conditional statement, decision making statement also we saw that. What is the jump statement? So break, we know that why we are using the break inside the switch, we use that, right? So what is the purpose of this break? Yes bro.
Break the statement. To stop the statement.
Yes, whenever JVM will see this break, what it will do? It will come outside of the switch, right? It will come outside of the control statement. You can say that, or you can it will come outside of the switch. It will not stop the execution. Okay, it will not stop the execution. It will directly come into the control statement. It will directly come out from the control statement or the switch statement. You can say that. So what is meant by return? So we return, we saw that while I told you the return type, right? If you want to return any value, that time simply we will use the return keyword. Okay, simply we will use the return keyword. What is meant by continue? Suppose if you come here inside this one, suppose I want to skip some value. I want to skip for here, from here. Okay, now if I run this one, so what will be the value? It will print system dot out, and here I am printing the value of I. So what will be print? From 0 to 10, all the values it will be print, right? 0 1 2 3 4, then it will be print till 10. Now suppose I want to skip any value like 4 to 5 or anything. So what we will do? Simply I will write here one condition, that is if the value of I equals to 4, then what it will be do? It will be continue. Okay, and it will be print here. Okay, now what it will be do? When it will be see the 4, then it will come into the continue, means it will be ignore that one. Okay, it will be ignore that iteration, means which iteration? When it will come into the fourth iteration, it will be ignore that iteration, it will skip that iteration, and it will jump to the fifth iteration directly. It will come here, into the 3. After that, it will be see the 4. It will continue. We wrote here the continuum. So what it will do? It will be ignore that iteration. It will directly jump into the fifth iteration. See here, 4 is there. 4 is there. No. So why we are using continue? If you want to means if you want to ignore some iteration, that time simply we will use the continue. You can write that also. Not comma you have to write. You have to write here the double N, like logical, and you have to write. If you want to skip the another values, so now what it will be do?
4 and 8 are
4 and 8 will be skip or not? When inside the AND operator, what we are doing? Multiply or addition? Addition or multiply? Inside the AND operator, huh? Addition or multiplication? No, bro. No. True or false? It will be true. I know that. If both the condition is true, that time only it will return true. Otherwise false, right? So suppose it will become here. What is the value of I? 4. Okay. Suppose value of I will be the 4. Fourth iteration we will come here. So what will we do? If this condition is false, but this condition will be true. No, sorry. This condition will be true. This condition will be false. So 4 is less equals to 8. Condition is true or false? See. Suppose the value of I now is a 4. Suppose value of I equals to 4. So what it will do? It will check the condition. Value of I. What is the condition? It will be checked. 4 equals to 4 and 4 equals to 8. So true or false we will get it here? False. Why? Because inside the AND operator we will do the multiplication. Okay. So true means 1 and 0 means false. You forget everything. Okay. So 0 means false and 1 means true. So inside the AND operator we are simply doing the multiplication. 1 into 0. What we will get? 1 into 0? Simple multiplication, guys. 1 into 0? 0 only. No? 1 into 0 will 0 we will get it. So here 0 means false we will get. So what can it will become into the continue block? No. If this condition is false, it will not come into the E block, right? So what we need to write here? We have to write here or. Okay, if you write or, if one of the condition is true, it will return true. Right? Simply, if I come here and if I write here or. So what will inside the or what we are doing? That is the addition, right? Inside the or, we are simply doing the addition. So see, this condition is true or false? 4 equals to 4. Condition is true or false? True. This condition is true or false? 1 plus 0, what we will get? 0. 1 plus 0, 0. 1 plus 0, what we will get? 1. So 1 plus 0, 1 will get means true. So it will come into the country. Now if I run this one, see. So 4 and 8 have to skip. So 8 is there, 4 is there. So it is skipping 4 and 8 also. Okay. So this is the for this is the continue. We saw that there is a jump statement like break, continue, and the return. Go to is deprecated from the Java. So we are not using them. Okay. So that is the control statement. Why we are using control statement? Our program is executing from top to bottom. Okay, our program is executing from top to bottom. If you want to control the statement, if you want to control by our wish, like sometimes you will write a condition. If that condition is true only that time, if you want to execute that statement, or sometimes you want to print that statement multiple times in a loop. Same that time we are using the control statement. And what types of control statement we have? First one is the selection, conditional statement or the decision making statement. Another one, iteration or the looping statement. And third one is the jump statement. Inside the selection, conditional or decision making statement, we saw that is the if, then if else, then if else if. So why we are using the if else if? When we will use that?
then
Yes. Yes. When we have a multiple condition, we want to check a multiple condition. That time simply you will use the if else if. Then nested if within a if, then switch inside the switch we have to test any variable. That time we are using the switch. We did the calculator example also here. After that iteration we have where what is meant by iteration or the looping statement? Yes, yes. We want to print the statement multiple times in a loop. That time simply use the looping statement or the iteration. So inside that we saw the for loop, while loop, and the do while loop. When we use the for loop,
we know how many iterations.
yes, if when we know the number of iteration, that time simply use the while loop, for loop. when we use the while loop,
When you don't know how many of iteration.
when we don't know the number of iteration, and when we use the do while loop,
When at
when
least
we want to
three.
print a statement at least once, that time we are using the do while loop. Okay, so these are the statements we saw that. So anyone have any doubt in control statement? Yes, bro. Operations, no variable. Any variable we have to use in switch. No, bro. I think any only variable we have to use. Okay. So anyone have any doubt till here? Inside the control statement, anyone have any doubt? Anyone have any doubt till here? So today's assignment is that you have to create a program on the nested for loop, while loop, and the do while loop. Okay, and continue also. We break we saw that. In continue we didn't. So on the continue also you have to create a program. Okay. So anyone have any doubt till here? Anyone have any doubt? No. So we'll start the seminar now.